Welcome back, everybody, to our weekly NFL predictions series. Me and my co-host, Mr. Graves, are now in Week 10 of NFL action. And last week was a pretty successful week for both of us. As always, Mr. Graves has the records, and I'll go ahead and let him tell you guys what each of us had last week.
So last week I went 9-4, but you won up me, went 11-2, which was actually the best record anybody's had so far this year. So
Yeah.
pretty good, and it got us up to I'm 72-49, and you are 65-56 on the season. So.
Close race, but you still got about a 7-game stretch on me there. I think most of that came from the first week, honestly.
Yeah. Because through the first 3 weeks I had 21 wins. You had 20. Well, I guess it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But,
I just know I did really bad in the first week.
Yeah. Well, I had also 4 straight weeks where I had 10 or 11 wins.
Yeah. So I mean, cheaters are always gonna win. So, let's go ahead and get into the AFC side of things here with the Broncos and Titans. Broncos continue to be the laughing stock of the NFL at this point, and Titans haven't looked good though. But
this is a tough one because if Malik Willis starts, which I mean, I don't know. I was gonna say if Malik Willis starts, I don't know if they win, but at the same time, they came close to being the Chiefs, and Malik Willis only had 5 completions.
And I mean, at the same time, if Russell Wilson starts, you don't know if the Broncos win. So
yeah.
I'm gonna go Titans on this one.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be a crazy blowout, but I just have very little faith in the Broncos right now.
Yeah. I would be more at if we had more concrete information on who the Titans quarterback could be. I would maybe be more willing to, like, if we knew Malik Willis was going to start.
For sure.
But I'm not about to risk it.
Yeah. So next up, we go into the Jaguars and the Chiefs. Chiefs sit at 6-2. Jaguars, after a bit of a fast start, now 3-6. They've been a little disappointing, but
I feel like this is kind of going to be unanimous.
Yeah, I think Jaguars are the pretty obvious choice now. I'm going with
not to win.
Yeah, I'm going to be going Chiefs on this one. I imagine you will be too.
Yeah.
They could contest it though, but next up we have Browns Dolphins. Interesting one here.
Yeah. I don't want us to pick the same, but I think we're going to. I'm going Dolphins.
Yeah. I'll go Dolphins. You go with your favorite team in the Browns. If you don't know Mr. Graves, you know the biggest Deshaun supporter out there. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. He used to be a Browns fan, but he quit and went to the Giants. Or he was a Giants fan first, and then he became a Browns fan, and then he quit being a Browns fan, so now he's just a Giants fan. But I mean, it's not like the Browns have been terrible. They sit at 3-6, but I just think they've been competing. But I just think the Dolphins are in a very good groove so far these last few games.
Yeah, and Tyreek Hill has been something else.
Yeah, he's been crazy, and Tua's been good since his injuries. So
I mean, Browns could pull it off because they just beat the Bengals. Was it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
in that game.
But I'm not gonna bet on them to win this one.
Yeah.
So final AFC matchup, we have Colts Raiders. 2 disappointing teams. Raiders, I just haven't got it going all year long. You just keep waiting for them to get it going.
And I want to pick them because I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity. The Colts just fired their head coach. They have a first time ever coach. Now. Sam Ehlinger starting again. Like, it seems like it should be very easy. Raiders win.
Yeah.
But
I'm going Colts on this one.
I'm gonna go Raiders.
Yeah.
Just because they have to win this. If they don't win this, I have no hope because I'm like you're up. Was it 17-0 on the Jaguars, and then they got outscored 27-3 the rest of the way.
I mean, they did the same thing against the Cardinals, didn't they?
Yeah. They're up 20-0 or something.
Yeah, just a rough year for the Raiders. And honestly, if we went back and watched our first video, I'm pretty sure both of us were probably predicting the Raiders to have a pretty good playoff chance. It's shocking to see how far.
Season, I saw something saying everybody was thinking that it was going to be the two West divisions.
Yeah.
That were going to be like stacked, but it's the two East divisions.
Yeah.
Crazily enough.
I don't know. Bad season for the Raiders, but that completes the AFC portion of this week's video. Next up, we have AFC, NFC cross matchups. First off, we've got the Texans and the lowly Giants coming off of a tough loss there.
The lowly Giants, yeah. I think you probably can guess who I'm picking up.
Yeah.
Even if I wasn't Giants fan, the Texans just do not look very good. Which, I mean, could be a trap game, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I have enough faith.
I think the best hope the Texans have is to get Dameon Pierce going, but even then, Saquon's been killing it. Daniel Jones has been better than usual this year. I just think the Giants are going to beat the Texans pretty easily.
Yeah.
Next up, we have, after that quick discussion on that one, that was probably one of the easier ones this week. We have the Saints and the Steelers, two struggling teams.
I'm going to go Saints here.
Yeah.
I think they're more, even though they're both wildly inconsistent, I think they're more consistent. I think they play good, lose a lot of close games, and I think there should be enough going for them against probably one of the top 5 worst teams.
Yeah, I mean,
in the NFL right now.
And then the Saints have their defense is pretty strong, and that Steelers offense hasn't been exactly electric. So
I've even seen apparently going forward, they're talking about Jalen Warren, the rookie running back, getting more touches as opposed to Najee, and getting George Pickens more involved. And the thing I saw was saying even getting towards phasing Najee Harris out of like a.
Well, that don't make any sense.
Yeah, which I'm like,
he's only a second-year guy.
Yeah. So I'm like, I know he's underperformed. I can understand maybe like trying to split it like 60-40, but not if they're talking like kind of like how the Bears have done. Like David Montgomery's gotten almost completely phased out in favor of Khalil Herbert. But
yeah, I mean,
never know.
Rough season for the Steelers. I mean, pretty much since Ben Roethlisberger's gotten old and retired, it's been bad for the Steelers. So.
Who would have thought they'd be missing Ben Roethlisberger?
I know. I know. And next up, we have probably record-wise the best game this week: the Vikings taking on the Bills. A big game here for both teams. This could really show. A lot of people don't believe in the Vikings 7-1 record. This could be a big showing. And the Bills coming off of a bad loss against the Jets.
Yeah, and this is a tough one, mainly because we don't know, because Josh Allen could miss the game.
Yeah, I saw that he was a little banged up.
Yeah, which if he doesn't start, I would go Vikings, but
yeah, I'm a stick Bills on this one.
I'll change it up. I'll go Vikings here.
Yeah, I think you're probably about right. If Josh Allen doesn't start, the Vikings, I mean, I would hope they would win it. But if Josh Allen plays, I have a hard time believing they're going to lose 2 games in a row.
Yeah, because that's the biggest thing, because I saw a video talking about it, and it was saying most teams, like, have their lead running back who is, like, their short yardage runner.
Yeah.
But, like, the Bills, that's Josh Allen.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I mean, he's there. He's all of their running game, pretty much.
So, which Case Keenum, he's a good backup, and I know people keep bringing up, him and Stephon Diggs were the 2 for the Vikings the year they went to the playoffs, but
yeah,
I don't think it's the same Case Keenum. It's not the same.
It should definitely be an interesting one, just because the records. I mean, even if the Vikings aren't as good as their record shows, I mean, it should be a good game. So. Both of us split on that one. Next up in the final middle column here, we have the Chargers and 49ers. I almost call them the San Diego Chargers every time. I don't know why.
This one, man, I wanted to go Chargers first, but I think I'm going to go 49ers.
Yeah.
They kind of seem to be rolling the last
that's exactly what I was about to say. The 49ers, they started out slow. They've gotten it going, and I mean, obviously adding Christian McCaffrey only helps your offensive production. So I think the 49ers, probably a close game here, but they get their 5th win of the season in this one.
Yeah.
So that finishes up the AFC, NFC matchups, and as you were about to say, we have the Falcons and Panthers.
Thursday
night matchup, 8:15 p.m. PJ Walker. best quarterback in the NFL.
This is making me so sad because I don't know why they don't want to start Baker Mayfield. But, I mean, it's whatever. But, you know, I mean, the Panthers, their uniforms are going to look nice, but if your quarterback's completing 3 passes at halftime and you're getting blown out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to go Falcons on this one.
Yeah, I'm going Falcons too. I'd like to pick the Panthers, but I don't know. Which, I mean, it could be good because P.J. Walker has looked good up until last game, but
yeah, it's just if Baker's on the bench, there's always a danger they put him in the game, and then they're not going to win at that point.
He woke up feeling dangerous.
Yeah, I know. The reason he didn't do bad when he woke up feeling dangerous, or when he did bad when he said that, is because Danger Russ. So he's playing like Russ Wilson. Falcons on that one for both of us. Next up, we have the Seahawks and the Buccaneers. Buccaneers had a fun game last week. What Tom Brady said that was amazing or something in his post-game press conference.
Yeah. Yeah. This one is also going to be another early morning international.
Yeah, 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Our time, at least.
Isn't this the first Germany game?
I think they've had Mexico City in London, and they had one. Did they have one in Ireland at one point? I can't remember.
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I saw that this is the first German one.
Yeah, so I'm loving the Cinderella story, so I'm sticking with the Seahawks on here. Buccaneers could easily win this one, so I mean I would understand a selection on that side.
Yeah, I'm going Buccaneers. I think I've seen things saying this could be the point where the Buccaneers kind of start getting it together.
Yeah,
and I can see that being the case because Seahawks have overachieved, I feel, and I feel like the Buccaneers, this could be the perfect game to kind of get their foot back in the race.
Yeah, definitely a big game because by our predictions, if the Buccaneers lose, the Falcons actually take first place in their division, which puts them at the 4 seed. So you got to feel like the Buccaneers want to win that game. Next up, we have the Lions and the Bears representing the North Division there. Lions, not to say they even really looked good last week. The Packers just looked bad.
This is a tough one. I think it all comes down to is Justin Fields, is he finally taking that next step?
Yeah.
Or is it just he's had a couple of good games, but I'm going to go Bears. He's looked good the last couple weeks, and you know, Lions, they won last week, but
yeah,
you know,
I'm taking Lions on this one. We all know I'm not going to pick the Bears, but it's weird. If I choose the Lions, they literally take second place in the division. So, as much as I hate to see that, I'm gonna go Lions on that one, and you went Bears on that one, correct?
Yep.
All right. So next up we have Cardinals and Rams, another two very underachieving teams.
This is another tough one too because Matthew Stafford might be out.
Yeah.
He's apparently he's in concussion protocol.
Yeah.
Which John Wolford would get the start.
I mean,
but
I just find it hard to believe in the Cardinals.
Yeah, which I was thinking John Wolford wasn't against the Cardinals, that must-win game to get them in the playoffs, and he won it.
Yeah, I mean, when he played, he looked decent.
Yeah,
so,
and he could run too. So we're gonna go Rams.
Yeah, I'm sticking with the Rams on that one as well.
Man, the Cardinals would be 0-4 in their division. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean,
is that the worst divisional record?
Yep.
I think it might be.
According to my predictions, the Bears would be 0-3 and the Bengals are 0-3. But yeah, 0-4. Dang! By my predictions, technically the Bills are 0-2, they actually are 0-2 in their division.
Because they lost to the Dolphins and the Jets.
Man, that's crazy. So we both go Rams there, and now the biggest matchup of the week: the Cowgirls taking on the Packers. A lot of pride on here, on the line. You know, the Sheriff Aaron Rodgers, he's been bad this year. The Packers have been bad, but he has a reputation of just finding a way to beat the Cowboys.
I'm going to go Packers. I cannot pick the Lions, and you know, kind of like the Buccaneers, I feel like the Packers have to get something going at some point. Which, I mean, I think it might be a little too late for them at this point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure unless we completely win out, we're knocked out already. Or if we lose this game, I think we're officially knocked out.
I don't know. I've already been seeing like a ton of stuff this week saying Aaron Rodgers, he's done, his career's over, which I don't believe that. I think he just had a bad game.
Yeah.
Off
I mean, you've got to worry that his time in Green Bay might be over now after a bad year like this, but I don't think his career's completely over. Some teams out there is gonna pay big money for him, or a lot of assets for him. Similar to what the Broncos did with Russell Wilson, I believe.
Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, I know. And with that in mind, though, I guess I'm gonna go with the Packers. I don't ever want to pick the Cowboys. If we lose, I literally might cry for a whole week, but it is what it is. Maybe I'll talk to you. The Giants are used to losing to the Cowboys. No, if we lose, we lose, but it would be great to just beat the Cowboys. Send them down the third in that division up there. And finally, we have the Commandos taking on the Eagles.
Dang, this is
tough one, but I believe in the Eagles. I'm sticking with them.
Yeah, I want to pick the Commanders, but I don't know. It's at Philadelphia. I could easily see this being one where they come in like all prideful, like great.
For sure.
We're not going to lose to the lowly Commanders, but I'm going to stick with Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have complete faith in Jalen Hurts, and as soon as I started trash talking him, he turned his play up another level. So
that's like, I think we were talking about MVP, and we were like, Jalen Hurts, a lot of people saying he's MVP. He hasn't played, like his passing numbers aren't there, and then he's thrown like 7 touchdowns the last 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, I know he had 3, and then I guess 3 or 4 in the next. So Eagles look legit. They really do. So that will wrap up Week 10, our predictions for this NFL schedule this week. A lot of interesting matchups. We actually did have a good bit of different choices on this one. I was surprised.
Yeah, I think Colts, Raiders, Vikings, Bills, Seahawks, Bucks, Lions, Bears, and I think that was it.
Yeah, so I mean, at least a couple, enough to make it matter as far as the records go.
4 differences.
It could go either way. I mean, 4 differences was the same as, or close to the same as last week, so it could be a big week for me here. If you get all 4 of those wrong, I could really catch up in the standings right there. It's definitely going to happen. I'm going to get all of them right. But anyways, you got anything else to say before we end off this video?
No, other than did you see Daniel Jones has grown out a beard now?
Oh. Big mistake there. He's gonna let it get too long. It's gonna trip him when he's running down the field.
He doesn't need a beard to trip on.
He's gonna have a Gandalf beard.
Gandalf Jones.
Anyways, y'all, if you did enjoy this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to both of our channels. As I always say in these videos, the links will be in the description, or I believe with most videos we just end up adding each other's channel, so you can just select the name and it should take you to the channel, I believe. So that's a little bit of an easy way to get there. Thank you all for watching and continuing to watch this series, and we'll both see you guys next time. Peace.